stream. We're also going to be putting out game picks, player props, fantasy plays, everything you need to cash tickets, win your fantasy week. Ricky James versus Collins, you're desperate. I don't like either team, really. Don't know the health status of Richie James. Let me know if he's healthy. I'd probably go Nico Collins, but I really don't like either one. Kyrene or Fournette, don't like either one of those there. I'd avoid both of them. Fournette or Latavius Murray, I'm going Latavius Murray. We're jumping right in, answering your fantasy football questions for the next 90 minutes. Dameon Pierce or Carr in a super flex. That's Derek Carr, no doubt about it. I think Dameon Pierce isn't going to have a great game. He'll have a decent day. Patterson or Christian Watson? I like Christian Watson. Should I start the Bengals or Commanders defense? Commanders defense. Obvious, not even a question. Pick 2, Jeff Wilson Jr., Lazard or Pacheco. I'm going Jeff Wilson Jr. and Lazard. Amari Cooper or Olave. I'm going Amari Cooper. Deebo Samuel or Josh Palmer at my flex. Even though normally I would automatically say Deebo, we're going Joshua Palmer. He's going to be the wide receiver 2 for the Chargers today with Mike Williams out. Deebo slightly banged up, expected to play, but given that he's a little banged up, a lot of mouths to feed, I'd go with Josh Palmer. Bam Knight or Brian Robinson? I'd go with Brian Robinson. He's looked so good this year. I trust him just a little bit more. We're trying to answer all of your fantasy questions right up until 1 p.m. kickoff. Please continue to follow at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, at Sports Fumble on Twitter. We're a new sports content company here to answer all of your questions on this NFL Sunday. I'm going to go through all of the messages, so bear with me here. If I miss you, just continue to add it. We will get to every one of them. I'm here to answer your questions. Dameon Pierce or Samaje Perine? I like Perine today. Doesn't look like Joe Mixon's going to play. Garrett Wilson or Zeke? I'm going with Garrett Wilson. I like what I've seen from Mike White and him. They have good chemistry. Fields or Herbert? Even though Fields is going to have a big day on the ground, love what I see from Justin Herbert in the pass game against the Raiders. I'll go with Herbert. Kyrene or Mostert? I'm going Mostert. Sit 1, Pierce, Perine, or Pittman? That's a tough one for me. I lean towards sitting Pittman only because he's going up against the Cowboys defense where he's going to match up with Diggs. But with that one, it's either Pierce or Pittman. Slayton or Thielen? Not crazy about either one, but I lean towards Thielen. Pollard or Henry? You got to go Derrick Henry to get Henry today against a bad Philadelphia Eagles defense. Appreciate all of those joining us on TikTok Live. I'm going to answer all of your questions. Just put them in the comment section. Please follow us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. We appreciate all of your support as we hand out fantasy advice and hopefully some gambling winners for you. Geno Smith or Justin Fields? I'd go with Geno Smith. Flex and PPR, Cordero Patterson, Rachaad White, Jeff Wilson Jr., Zeke, or Perine with Mixon out. I either like Zeke or Perine for that. Zeke or Perine. Cortland Sutton or Gus Edwards, half PPR. I'm going Cortland Sutton. Jerry Jeudy is expected to play in this one. I actually think that helps Cortland Sutton getting less attention against a bad Ravens defense against the pass. Ayuk or Pickens? I like both players. I have player props on both players. I like the over receptions for Ayuk, over 4.5 receptions. I like Pickens over, I believe it's like 44.5 receiving yards. I like both of them. For that one, though, I lean towards Pickens. He's going up against a really bad Falcons secondary. I think he could have a big day and potentially a touchdown as well. Tua or Fields? For me, this is a tricky one because Tua doesn't have both of his starting tackles. I actually lean towards Fields. If he's going to be healthy, he's going to get a lot of rushing yards. Think he could have an anytime touchdown as well. So I lean towards Fields because the 49ers defense is going to have a party in the backfield getting at Tua. Tua or Geno Smith? I'm going Geno Smith against the Rams defense that doesn't have Aaron Donald today. Big day for Jamar Chase. Every time he steps on the field, I expect a big day with him and Joe Burrow having the chemistry that they do. Kamara or Jamal Williams? Love Jamal Williams. He's been a monster this year. You got to start him. Zay Jones, Juju Smith-Schuster, or Burks at the flex? It's Zay Jones for me. Just check his health status. Make sure that he's going to be healthy for this one, but I like Zay Jones. Pick 2, Sanders, Zeke, Perine, or Kyrene. I'm going to go with, I'll go with Zeke and Perine. Normally I would say Sanders, but he's going up against a really good run defense in the Titans. Patterson or Kamara. I'll go Patterson. Burks or Johnson, I'm assuming that's Deontay Johnson. I'll go Deontay Johnson. Is Josh Jacobs going to play today? Yes, he's been battling a calf injury, but I do expect that he's going to play. Pittman Jr. or Rachaad White, kind of a toss-up for me. I'd lean actually towards Rachaad White, though that may backfire. If Pittman's able to get one touchdown, that backfires because I don't think Rachaad White will get in the end zone necessarily. But I don't like the matchup Pittman has against Trayvon Diggs. Trevor Lawrence or Dak, I'm going Trevor Lawrence against a bad Lions defense. Bench one, Josh Jacobs, Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper, or CeeDee Lamb. Wow, you're going to have a massive day in fantasy if you've got all those players. I'll lean towards sitting CeeDee Lamb. He's going to go up against Stephon Gilmore. That'll be a difficult matchup for him. Appreciate all of you joining us right now on TikTok Live. Butt Fumble Sports is here for you. We believe the fan should never be number two, so we're answering all your fantasy football and gambling questions right up until 1 p.m. kickoff. Continue to put your comments and questions in the chat section, in the comment section. Appreciate all your support. Please like, please follow, please subscribe, please do all the things that we want you to do. Fields or Watson, I'm going to lean towards Watson. Think he's going to have a big day in his return. Didn't think so earlier in the week, but he's been so aloof in his press conference. Clearly, this guy's mind is only on what's on the field. Lamb or St. Brown, I'm going St. Brown. Pickens, Sutton, Brian Robinson, or Swift in a PPR league. Man, that's a good one. I like Pickens or Swift in that one. I'll lean towards Pickens. Kamara or Pirine, I'm going Pirine. Kirk or Metcalf, both guys are going to have a big day. I lean towards Metcalf slightly. I was thinking Christian Kirk, but I actually think there's enough options now that Travis Etienne is going to play that limits Kirk's maybe one or two extra targets. I think Metcalf's going to have a big day in a day the Rams are officially mailing in the rest of the season. DeAndre Swift or Jamal Williams, you got to go Jamal Williams at this point. Pick two, Tony Pollard, Aaron Jones, or Jamal Williams. You got to go Jamal Williams, and I'd actually go Aaron Jones. I lean that way because I think they're going to need him in both the pass and run game. Saquon Barkley, Pirine, or Garrett Wilson. I'm actually going Garrett Wilson. Etienne or Pirine, I got to go Etienne. If he's healthy, I got to believe that he's going to be good enough to be both contributing in the pass and run game. Juju Smith-Schuster or Rachaad White, I'll go with Juju. Mike White or Tua, can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm going with Mike White. Christian Watson or Zay Jones, I'm going with Zay Jones. Pickens, Swift, or Jamal Williams, got to go Jamal Williams. Amari Cooper or Garrett Williams, this is a tough one for me. Could see both players doing well. I like Amari Cooper. Please follow us at Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, at Sports Fumble on Twitter. And please like, follow, subscribe, do all the things that help us stay on the air. Appreciate you. Butt Fumble Sports is a new sports content company here for you, answering all your fantasy football questions right up until 1 p.m. kickoff. DK Metcalf or T. Higgins, both are going to have a big day. I lean towards T. Higgins just slightly because I think, especially with Joe Mixon out, they're going to need to throw the ball a lot in that game to stay up to pace with the Kansas City Chiefs offense, so I like T. Higgins. Palmer, Zay Jones, or Mike Evans, pick two. That's an easy one for me. It's Palmer and Zay Jones. Like both of them today, both are going to be in high-scoring games. Is Joe Mixon playing? I don't expect he will be. Expect him to be out and Samaje Perine to be the starting running back for the Cincinnati Bengals. Cortland Sutton or Juju Smith-Schuster. I lean towards Juju Smith-Schuster just because you're asking me to trust Russell Wilson. I simply can't do that, so I'll lean towards Juju. Pacheco or Wilson, I'll lean towards Wilson. Pick two, Jonathan Taylor, Pirine, or DK Metcalf. Got to have DK Metcalf in there. Jonathan Taylor, I just think the Cowboys are going to be focused on him, so I lean towards Pirine. Pickens or Terry McLaurin, that's a tough one. I think both could have a good game, but I'll lean towards Pickens because the Falcons' defense is the worst defense. Palmer or Patterson or Wilson, I'll go Palmer. Kamara or Pollard, I'll go Pollard. Higgins or Zeke, you got to go Higgins. Brian Robinson or Jeff Wilson Jr., I'm going to lean towards Brian Robinson. Boyd or Claypool, I'm going with Boyd. Pacheco or Jamal Williams, I'm going with Jamal Williams. Appreciate that support, Sam Rothstein. Appreciate all of you guys checking us out on TikTok Live at Butt Fumble Sports. So appreciate your support. Please put your questions, comments, everything in the comments section. I'll answer gambling questions, player prop bet questions. I'm going to hand out player prop bets as well, including my picks for the day. So please put your questions, comments in the comments section. Pacheco or Jamal Williams? Jamal Williams. Mike White or Deshaun Watson? I'll go Deshaun Watson. I think he's out for some revenge against his old team. Christian Watson or Jamal Williams? I got to go Jamal Williams. Christian McCaffrey, Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, or Kamara? Great question. Josh Jacobs' calf is concerning me a little bit. Otherwise, I'd be all in on him. Christian McCaffrey's dealing with his own health injuries. I probably lean towards Saquon Barkley. I'm not crazy about it, but for me, it's a tough one. It's a real toss-up. Kamara is the only one I'm not feeling at all, so I definitely throw Kamara out of that group. Since you're asking if I pick two, I'll lean towards Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley. Scratch that. There's no way I can leave Christian McCaffrey out. I'll lean towards Josh Jacobs and Christian McCaffrey. Keenan Allen or Christian Watson? I'm going Keenan Allen. Kamara or Rashad White, standard scoring. If the Saints have any chance of winning that game or being competitive, Kamara is going to have to be involved. I know the Bucs have a good run defense. I'll lean towards Kamara just slightly. Lockett or Peoples-Jones, I think both are going to have a good day. I'll lean towards Lockett. Flex, ETN or Lockett, I'll lean towards ETN. Fournette or Pacheco, I'm going Pacheco. Pacheco or Jamal Williams, you got to start Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams is having a monster year. He's become the RB1 behind a great offensive line in Detroit. If you've got Jamal Williams, he's got to be a week-in, week-out start. Pick two, Jonathan Taylor, P. Ryan, or DK. I already answered that one. Brian Wilson, okay, we're going back to the bottom because I feel like we've answered most of them. If I missed any, please just put them back in your comments section. Butt Fumble Sports is here right up until 1 p.m. kickoff, answering all your fantasy gambling questions, anything you need to help cash or win your NFL Week 13. Deebo Samuel or Deontay Johnson, not crazy about Deebo Samuel's health status, so I'm going Deontay Johnson. Daniel Jones or Tom Brady, I'm going to lean towards Tom Brady. I know he's going up against the Saints defense, but I got to believe in Brady over Jones. Murray or Swift, I'm going Swift. Tua or Watson, I'm going Deshaun Watson. Please like and follow and subscribe. Do all the things that help Butt Fumble Sports stay on the air. Debo, Allen, Kirk, pick two. I'm going Keenan Allen and Christian Kirk. Alvin Kamara, Rashad White, Kyren Williams or Juju, pick two. I'll lean towards Juju and I'll lean towards Alvin Kamara. Flex play, David Montgomery or Christian Kirk. Ooh, I think both are going to have really big days. I'll lean towards David Montgomery against a really bad Packers defense against the run. Dak or Deshaun Watson, I'm going Deshaun Watson. P. Ryan or Kamara, I'm going P. Ryan. Debo, oh, we answered that one. Peoples-Jones, Pacheco or Knight, I'm going Peoples-Jones. Devontae Smith or Najee Harris at the flex, I'm going Devontae Smith. Waddle, Lamb, Kirk, or Metcalf, pick three. Okay, I'm going Christian Kirk, I'm going DK Metcalf, and I'll go Lamb. No, scratch that. I'm going Kirk, Metcalf, and Waddle. Lamb's going up against I'm going up against Gilmore. I think that's a tough matchup. Waddle, I think they've got to get the ball out fast, given the tackles aren't going to be playing for Miami. So I'm going Waddle, Kirk, and Metcalf out of those three. Swift or Knight, I'm going Swift. Kamara, okay, we picked that one. Terry McLaurin or Juju, I'll go Terry McLaurin. Christian Watson or Olave, I'll go Christian Watson. Christian Watson, Josh Palmer, or Zay Jones, pick two. I'm going Josh Palmer and Zay Jones. Tua or Watson, I'm going Watson. Dak, Geno, or White, I'll go Geno. Jamar, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper. Who should I start? Pick three. Wow, you got some great options for this week. I don't think you can really fail with any of them. I think they're all going to have big days. Keenan Allen to me is a must start. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a must start. And then Jamar Chase, Amari Cooper, tough for me. I'll lean towards I'll lean towards Jamar Chase. There's no way I can not take Jamar Chase. So Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra, Keenan Allen, and I'll give Deshaun Watson 1 week to impress me before I put him in my starting lineup. Appreciate all of you guys following us at Fumble Sports. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. We're broadcasting right now on TikTok Live and on YouTube. Check out all of our pages. Follow us, subscribe, as well as on Twitter at SportsFumble. Fumble Sports, we're a new sports content company. We put out gambling, fantasy, prop bets, everything you need. We put out rants as well. So after every game, you can check out our rants on all of our channels. Answering your fantasy football questions for another hour and 15 minutes right up until 1 p.m. kickoff. Tony Pollard or Jamal Williams? Jamal Williams. Dalvin Cook or St. Brown? St. Brown. Pacheco or Cordero Patterson? Patterson. Najee Harris or Rachaad White? I lean towards Rachaad White. Every time I pick Najee Harris, he disappoints me. He's quickly becoming the new Trent Richardson for me. Hayden Hurst or Moreau? Man, great matchup. I like both of them. I lean towards Moreau just slightly. I think Hayden Hurst could get a touchdown, which is the only reason I could see myself being wrong. But I think Moreau will get the between the 20s opportunities in that Raiders offense, especially with Josh Jacobs slightly banged up. I think Derek Carr is going to need his tight end that much more. Nico Collins or Gus Edwards? This was asked earlier, and I hated it. Really don't like either one. I guess I lean towards Nico Collins, barely, but then again, I'm not crazy about it. Scratch that. I'll take Gus Edwards. I talk myself out of Nico Collins right as I say it. I'll go Gus Edwards. Najee Harris or Brian Robinson? Brian Robinson. Swift, Rachaad White, standard scoring Swift. Fields or Burrow? I'll go Burrow. Rachaad White or Mac Hollins? I like Mac Hollins because that's going to be a big scoring game. I could see Mac Hollins having a decent day. Pacheco or Cordero Patterson? I'll go Patterson. Edwards or Sutton? I lean towards Sutton. Christian Watson or Debo? I lean towards Watson only because the health status of Debo, for that reason alone, and because that's a question of windows. Watson in the 1 p.m. window, Debo in the 4 p.m. I'd rather put in my starter, lock it in. I know he's going to be healthy. I know he's going to be on the field. If I tell you to start Debo and he's a late scratch, all of a sudden you're scrambling, so I lean towards Watson. Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson? I'm going with Patrick Mahomes. I got to take the MVP versus a guy who I haven't seen on the field this year. Brandon Ayuk or Josh Palmer? I like both players, but I'm going with Josh Palmer. Zeke or Miles Sanders? I'm going to lean towards Zeke. Miles Sanders going up against a really good run defense. Jerry Jeudy is playing today, so if you've got him, he is playing. Davis or Juju? I'll lean towards Juju. Christian Kirk, Walker, Cooper, Montgomery. Wow, I got picked two. I really like that group. I'll go Christian Kirk and I'll go Montgomery. Amari Cooper or Travis Etienne? Well, Travis Etienne has been banged up. The fact that he's starting, you got to feel good about that. I think Amari Cooper is going to have a very big day with Deshaun Watson, but I'll lean towards Travis Etienne just slightly because I'm getting the running and receiving yards. Cole Kmet or Foster Moreau? Going to be a good matchup for both. That's a good one. I lean towards Moreau just slightly, but Cole Kmet's had a lot of chemistry with Justin Fields, so I don't think you can really go wrong. Zay Jones or Brian Robinson at the flex? I'm going Zay Jones. Just keep track of his health status going up until kickoff. Knight or Pacheco? I lean towards Pacheco. Appreciate all of you joining us. Please follow us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and like us. We appreciate all the likes. Amari Cooper or Travis Etienne? I just said I lean just slightly towards Etienne because I'm getting the rushing and receiving yards. Najee Harris or Jeff Wilson Jr.? I'm leaning towards Wilson. Rachaad White or Jeff Wilson? I'm leaning towards Jeff Wilson. Zay Jones or Pacheco? Zay Jones. Pittman, Pierce, Swift. Full flex? I'm going Swift. Dak or Tua? I'm going Dak. Justin Jefferson, Adams, CeeDee Lamb, Garrett Wilson. Pick three. Well, the one, funny enough, that I don't like the matchup he's going up against is Justin Jefferson. He's going up against Sauce Gardner, which is going to be a tough matchup. Not crazy about it. CeeDee Lamb's going up against Gilmore. Not crazy about that one either. So if I got to pick three, I'm going Garrett Wilson, I'm going Devontae Adams, and I'm going Justin Jefferson. CeeDee Lamb is the one I'm dropping. Not dropping, just not picking. Lockett, McLaurin, or Pittman? I'll go Lockett. Keenan Allen or Amari Cooper? Both are going to have a big day. I lean just slightly towards Keenan Allen. Zay Jones or Pacheco? Zay Jones. P. Ryan, Zeke, Jamal Williams, pick 2. I'm going to go P. Ryan and Jamal Williams. Slayton, Judy, or Burks. I lean just slightly towards Judy. I know I'm picking, it means I got to pick Russell Wilson to play well, but Treylon Burks, I think he's going up against a good secondary of the Philadelphia Eagles. I think where you're going to see offense for the Titans is on the ground. So unless it's play action pass going deep, I don't think Burks has as good a day. Judy, him being healthy, I just hope he gets 3 or 4 catches and one of them he breaks. Treylon Burks or Rachaad White, see, that's one where I would take Treylon Burks. Need an RB2, Zeke, Pollard, Gibson, Rachaad White. That's an easy one for me. It's Tony Pollard. Williams or Swift, I'm going Swift. Lockett, McLaurin, we answered that one. I'm going Lockett. Gibson or Pollard, I'm going Pollard. Hurst or Schultz, I lean towards Hayden Hurst. Juju or Lazard, I lean towards Juju. Butt Fumble Sports answering all your fantasy football questions up until 1 p.m. kickoff. Please like and follow us at Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, at Sports Fumble on Twitter. We appreciate all of your support. Butt Fumble Sports, a new sports content company. We put out content every day, gambling, fantasy, rants, everything you need as a sports fan. So please engage, follow us. We appreciate the support. Brian Robinson or Pacheco, Brian Robinson. Williams or Swift, Swift. P. Ryan or JT, P. Ryan. Pollard or Gibson, Pollard. P. Ryan or ETN, ETN. Garrett Wilson Jr., Lockett, or Jamal Williams. That's a tough one for me. All three are going to have a big day. I lean towards Jamal Williams, but just slightly. Godwin, Cooper, or Watson. I'm going to go with Amari Cooper. P. Ryan or JT, P. Ryan. Thielen or Garrett Wilson, Garrett Wilson. Pick 2, Christian Watson, Lamb, A.J. Brown, St. Brown, Godwin. I'll go with A.J. Brown and St. Brown. A lot of Browns in there. Thielen, Slayton, Peoples-Jones. I'm going Peoples-Jones. Zay Jones or Boyd. I'm going Zay Jones. Debo or Lockett. I'm going Lockett. Gallup, I'm not crazy about Gallup. I think he'll have a decent day, but a lot of mouths to feed in Dallas, so you're kind of banking on him getting a touchdown. Given how many options the Cowboys have in the red zone, I think Gallup probably gets 2 or 3 catches, but it's between the 20s, so I'm not crazy about him. Watson, Olave, or Brown, pick 2. I'm going Watson and Brown. The only reason for that, I really just don't trust the passing game of the Saints, though I do like Olave. Garrett Wilson, Lockett, or Jamal Williams. I think I answered this a moment ago. I'm going with Jamal Williams. Gibson or Pollard, Pollard. Jeff Wilson Jr. or Williams. I'm going Jeff Wilson Jr. Should I start Najee or P. Ryan with Mixon out? I'd go P. Ryan. Appreciate all of you joining us. Please like and follow us at Butt Fumble Sports, taking you up until 1 p.m. kickoff, answering all of your questions. Please like, please follow, please subscribe. We appreciate all your support and everything that you guys do. We are here for the fans, Butt Fumble Sports. We believe the fans should never be number 2. Pollard or Keenan Allen, Keenan Allen. Rachaad White or Swift, Swift. Taysom Hill or Evan Ingram. That's a tough one for me. I'm leaning towards Taysom Hill only because there are so many options for him to get points, and I think if the Saints are going to be competitive against the Bucs, they will have to use him in some capacity. But I could see Evan Ingram getting a touchdown today, so that one's a tough one for me. If Ingram stays out of the end zone, I like Taysom Hill more. Zonovan Knight, Kyrene Williams, Deontay Johnson, pick 2. I'm going to go with Deontay Johnson and Knight. Najee Harris or Miles Sanders. I'm going to go Miles Sanders only because I just don't trust Najee Harris. Lazard, Zay Jones, or Pacheco. It's Zay Jones. Kenny Pickett or Aaron Rodgers. Ooh, that is a tough one. Kenny Pickett going up against a terrible Falcons defense. Aaron Rodgers banged up with a bad thumb, going up against a Bears defense that got torched by Mike White last week. Only because I have to go off of history rather than off of recency. I will say Aaron Rodgers just slightly. To go with Deshaun Watson. Christian Watson, Brian Robinson, or Cortland Sutton. I'll lean I'll lean towards Brian Robinson slightly over Christian Watson, just slightly. Lamar Jackson or Justin Fields, I'm going Justin Fields. Pickens or Terry. I'm going to go George Pickens. He's actually one of my prop bets of the day. I like his over 45.5 player prop bet. You can get that at minus 125. Really like that player prop bet. I notice I'm kind of in the dark here, so forgive me. But Fumble Sports answering all of your fantasy football questions and gambling questions. If you've got gambling or prop bet questions, feel free to put those in the chat. Please like us. We appreciate all the support that we get as we drive traffic and more to our audience and to our channel at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Appreciate all of you guys joining us as we answer your fantasy football questions, trying to get you some winners and fantasy wins. Justin Fields or Justin Herbert. Jerry Jeudy or DeAndre Carter. I'd actually lean towards DeAndre Carter just slightly. Mike White or Tom Brady. Can't believe I'm saying these words, but I go with Mike White. Antonio Gibson or Edwards. The only reason I'd lean towards Edwards is I know Gibson has been dealing with some injuries, so I'm curious to know what his status is going to be, actually. Shooting down here to answer all your questions. Must win in my flex. Latavius Murray, Gus Edwards, Devontae Smith. This is a no-brainer. Devontae Smith. Not even a question. Palmer, Swift, Rachaad White. I'll lean towards Josh Palmer over Swift, just barely. I really like both of them. Tough call for me. I lean just barely towards Palmer. Hope I'm not wrong in that one, because Swift, I could see him having a big day. Lean towards Palmer, though. He'll be in the wide receiver 2 slot. Lamar Jackson or Justin Fields, I'm going Fields. Lean towards Palmer, and then Pickens is my second one. But Palmer is the number one. I do like Ayuk, Pickens, and Palmer, all three of them. As I mentioned, I have the George Pickens player prop. I also have Brandon Ayuk over 4.5 completions as a player prop that I'm betting today. Zay Jones, Dameon Pierce, or White at the flex, I'm going Zay Jones. Metcalf or Watson, I'm going Metcalf. Pacheco or Palmer, I'm going Palmer. Watson or Zay Jones, Zay Jones. Palmer, Swift, Rachaad White, as I mentioned a moment ago, just leaning slightly towards Palmer. Pacheco, Palmer. Chubb, plus 70 rushing yards. Lions, minus 1.5. Ravens, money line. Really like that. Love it. Fantastic. Chubb going up against the worst run defense in the NFL in the Houston Texans. I like the Lions to cover. I got them at -1, but -1.5 I still think hits. I do love the under. My best bets of the day are Jacksonville and Detroit going over 49.5 after I buy it down. And my other best bet of the day is the Titans to cover +6 after I buy 1.5 on that one. Also like Ravens on the money line. Love that. Zeke or Knight? Zeke. Pacheco or Palmer? Nico Collins, Zay Jones, Kyrie or Jeudy. Pick two. I'm going to lean towards Zay Jones and Jeudy. Though I really don't like the second one. Zay Jones, my favorite in that group. Pick one. McLaurin, Thielen, or Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson. Guys, please follow us and subscribe. Like us. We appreciate all your support answering your fantasy football questions up until 1 o'clock. Still got an hour to go for you. Pacheco and Pickens. What was the Pickett bet? The George Pickens prop bet that I'm putting out that I really like is the over 45.5 total receiving yards. I'm getting that at -125 on Bovada. I use Bovada. They don't pay us. We would love for them to sponsor the show. That said, I use Bovada just out of history, but I'm sure you can find that player prop bet in a number of places. But it's George Pickens over 45.5 receiving yards. If you want to check out all of our bets, all of our player prop bets, follow us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and at Sports Fumble on Twitter. Justin Fields or Herbert. Sweep or Corey Davis? I don't know who Sweep is, so just hit us back up in the chat and let me know. Pacheco or Pickens? Jerry, Jeudy, Edwards, or DeAndre Carter? I'm actually leaning towards DeAndre Carter. Rodgers, Mike White, or Kirk Cousins? Can't believe I'm saying it, but Mike White, he's the one in that group I actually feel the best about, given what the Vikings defense did against Mac Jones. Lockett or Metcalf? I lean slightly towards Metcalf. Bad idea to start Christian Kirk and Zay Jones? Not a bad idea. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a big day. I wouldn't necessarily stack them unless I'm in a DFS situation, but I think both are going to have a good day. So It depends on who your other options are, but it's not a bad idea. Flex, Pollard, Olave, Knight, or Burks. I'm going with Pollard. Watson or Walker at my flex. Walker has slightly hit that rookie wall. He hasn't had a good back-to-back 2 weeks. That said, I slightly lean towards Watson because of it. I think Kenneth Walker could have a good day. No Aaron Donald for that run defense of the Rams, so I lean just slightly towards Watson, but I think Walker could have a bounce-back week. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. Please follow our channel at ButtFumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, at SportsFumble on Twitter. Love answering your questions, and please like us. Debo or Corey Davis. I'm going to lean towards Debo, even though he's banged up. Samaje Perine or Walker. I'll lean towards Walker just slightly. Jerry Jeudy or Sanders. I'll lean towards Sanders. Garrett Wilson or Lockett. I'll lean towards Wilson. Christian Watson, Paris Campbell, or Pacheco. Watson. Pickens or Garrett Wilson. That's a tough one for me, but I'll lean towards Garrett Wilson. I think there's a greater chance he finds the end zone. Dalvin Cook or Tony Pollard. I must win this week. Well, I'm rooting for you. I'm going Tony Pollard. Dalvin Cook going up against a really good defense of the Jets. Samaje Perine or Walker. Mentioned that. I lean slightly towards Perine, just slightly. I think both could have a good day, though. Tua or Watson. I'm going Deshaun Watson, as much as I hate to pick that guy. Mike Evans or Lockett. I'm going Lockett. Appreciate all of you joining us. ButtFumble Sports answering your fantasy football questions right up until 1 p.m. kickoff. So have just under an hour left to go. Please follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at ButtFumble Sports, and on Twitter at SportsFumble. If you want to get our picks for player props, games, everything you need to cash some tickets, go check out our channels. And of course, please like us on TikTok. Lamar Jackson or Justin Fields. Justin Fields. Devontae Smith or Tyler Boyd. Devontae Smith. Tony Pollard or Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen. Damian Pierce or Courtland Sutton. That's a tough one for me. I'll lean just slightly towards Courtland Sutton, though that means I have to trust Russell Wilson, but I'll lean slightly towards Sutton. Jalen Waddle, Terry McLaurin, or Godwin. That's a tough one for me. I'll lean slightly towards McLaurin, Waddle being my second favorite. Godwin isn't in that group for me. Sutton or Jeudy, you got to go with Courtland Sutton. Any hope for the Dolphins over the 49ers today? Yes, on a cover play, but when it comes to on the money line, I like the 49ers. The big note from that one, the two tackles for the Miami Dolphins are both questionable. You could see both of them out. I think that really impacts how the 49ers are going to be able to get into the backfield and attack Tua Tagovailoa. I expect Nick Bosa to get a sack in this game. That might be a defensive player prop you want to play. But when it comes to the bet for that one, the ButtFumble Sports pick of the game is the 49ers on the money line. I do think the Dolphins could cover, but I want to buy the 1.5 and try and get as much space on that spread as possible. Njoku is out. Tua or Dak, I'm going to go with Dak for the reason I just mentioned with the injuries to the tackles. Tony Pollard or Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen. Deshaun Watson or Tua. Deshaun Watson. Garrett Wilson or Pickens. I'm going to lean just slightly, like I said, towards Wilson because I think he's going to get in the end zone. Appreciate you calling me cute. That was very nice of you. Jerry Jeudy or Gallup. That's a tough one for me. Not crazy about either one. I probably lean just slightly towards Gallup, but I'm not really crazy about either one. Both options kind of feel like they could only be targeted a handful of times, so they have to make most of their opportunities. I think that would probably be Gallup. Pick 2, Christian Watson, Swift, Deontay Johnson, Joshua Palmer, Rashad White, or Jerry Jeudy. I'm going to go Josh Palmer, and I'll go I'll go Josh Palmer and Swift or Watson. I'm kind of flip-flopping between the two right now. Though I think Deontay Johnson could have a decent day as well. Amari Cooper or Chris Godwin. Amari Cooper. Appreciate all of your support. Please like us and follow us at ButtFumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, answering all of your questions right up until 1 p.m. kickoff. Jamar Chase or A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown. Burks, Pacheco, or Gus Edwards. I'm going Burks. Sutton or Ayuk. I have to go Ayuk. Patterson or Najee Harris. Patterson. Amir Abdullah if Jacobs is out, or Jeff Wilson Jr. Well, I think Josh Jacobs will be playing in this one, and I like Jeff Wilson Jr. between Abdullah and Jeff Wilson. Nico Collins, Pickens or Burke, George Pickens. DeAndre Swift, Miles Sanders or Latavius Murray. I'm going to go with Swift. Why is Njoku out? Because he's injured. Terry McLaurin or Jeff Wilson Jr. I'm going Terry McLaurin. Cortland Sutton or Ayuk. I'm going Ayuk. Patterson or Najee Harris. Patterson. Kyrene Williams or Zonovan Knight. I'll lean towards Zonovan Knight, actually. Aaron Rodgers or Geno Smith. Geno Smith. Zeke or Damian Pierce. I'm going to go towards Zeke. Zeke over Damian Pierce. Kyler Murray or Justin Fields. I'll actually go with Justin Fields. Swift, well, I'm definitely going with that because if I'm not mistaken, aren't the Arizona Cardinals? Yeah, the Arizona Cardinals are, yeah. Any hope for okay. DeAndre Carter or Demeek Robertson, flex sleeper. DeAndre Carter. Waddle, A.J. Brown, McLaurin, Godwin, pick 2. A.J. Brown for sure. Waddle, McLaurin's a toss-up for me. I'll lean towards McLaurin just slightly, though. I think it's going to be similar points between Waddle and McLaurin. Appreciate all of you joining us. Please like and follow us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and at Sports Fumble on Twitter. If you want all of our picks, some player prop bets, I'll throw out some quick player prop bets as we load up some more comments for you. Lamar Jackson, over half an interception. I like that one against the Denver Broncos. That's going off at plus 105. That's Lamar Jackson, over half an interception. Another player prop bet I really like, over 4.5 receptions, minus 130. That's for Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper, over 4.5 receptions. I'm getting that at minus 130. He has at least 5 receptions in 3 of his last 4 games. I think he will absolutely be the number 1 target for Deshaun Watson. I like the over 4.5 receptions for Zay Jones. I'm getting that at minus 120. In his last 3 games, Zay Jones has 5, 8, and 11 receptions, and he's going up against the 4th worst defense against the pass in the Detroit Lions. Another player prop bet that I really like today is David Montgomery, over 67.5 rushing yards. I'm getting that at plus 110. That's David Montgomery, over 67.5 rushing yards against the Green Bay Packers defense. We've seen how bad the Packers have been against the run. One more player prop bet before I go back to answering your questions in the comments section. Mike White, over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I'm getting that at plus 110 right now. Answering more of your fantasy football questions, Fumble Sports, answering all your fantasy and gambling questions up until 1 p.m. kickoff. Jimmy G or Aaron Rodgers, I'll go Aaron Rodgers. Randall Cobb or Judy, I'm going Cobb. Geno Smith or Deshaun Watson, I'll lean towards Geno Smith just slightly. Christian Watson or Pickens, Pickens. Juju or Pickens, Pickens. Brian Robinson Williams or Wilson, Brian Robinson. Cole Kmet or Harrison Bryant, Cole Kmet. Kirk Cousins or Mariota, I'll lean towards, it's 1 p.m. at home, I'll lean towards Kirk Cousins. If I answer your questions, please like us, we appreciate the support. Christian Watson or Pickens, Pickens. Watson, Burks or Lazard, Watson. Zonovan Knight or Pacheco, I'll lean slightly towards Pacheco. Christian Watson or Pickens, Pickens. Juju, Palmer or Sutton, I'll go with Palmer. Fumble Sports, answering your fantasy football questions. If I've answered your question, please give us a like. Jamal Williams or Rashad White, Jamal Williams. Kyrene Williams or Rashad White, White. DeAndre Carter would be my flex super or flex sleeper. Fumble Sports, answering all your fantasy football questions. If I've answered your question, please give us a like. Kamara or Jamal Williams, Jamal Williams. Jamar Chase or Godwin, Jamar Chase. Zay Jones or Zonovan Knight, Zay Jones. Christian Kirk or Jerry Jeudy, Christian Kirk. Cordero Patterson or Kyrene Williams, Cordero Patterson. Donovan Peoples-Jones or Jerry Jeudy, I'd go with Donovan Peoples-Jones. Deontay Pacheco or Gibson, I'd go Deontay Johnson. Pollard or Pacheco, Pollard. Bud Fumble Sports answering all your fantasy football questions for the next 50 minutes. We're live here on TikTok Live and on YouTube. If you've got fantasy questions, gambling questions, player prop bet questions, we've got answers for you. If I answer your question, just give us a like. And, of course, follow us at Bud Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and at Sports Fumble on Twitter. Montgomery or Kamara, Montgomery. Pollard or Kirk, I'd lean towards Kirk. Dameon Pierce or Jamal Williams, you got to go with Jamal Williams. Watson or Pickett, I lean towards Pickett just slightly. Williams, Pacheco, or Swift, Jamal Williams. The best prop bets I have for today include George Pickens over 45.5 receiving yards, Mike White over 1.5 passing touchdowns, Taylor Heineke over half an interception, David Montgomery over 67.5 rushing yards, and Brandon Ayuk over 4.5 receptions. We have even more. Follow us at Bud Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and at Sports Fumble on Twitter. You can find all of our bets on our platforms. We put out picks, fantasy, rants every day, giving fans everything they need every NFL day. We love sports. We love talking sports. That's why we're here. Slayton or Johnson, I'm going Johnson. Rachaad White or Chris Olave, I lean slightly towards Olave. Pollard or Williams, is that Jamal Williams? If it is, I'm leaning towards Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams or Miles Sanders, Jamal Williams. Tony Pollard or Christian Kirk just slightly. Williams, Pacheco, or Swift, Williams. Amari Cooper or Garrett Wilson, I lean just slightly towards Garrett Wilson, though Amari Cooper is another one of my favorite prop bets of the day. I have Amari Cooper over 4.5 receptions. That's going off at minus 130. That's a player prop bet I really like. Ingram or Cole Kmet, man, that's a tight one. I could see both players doing about the same amount, which is about 40, 45 yards receiving. It's about who gets the touchdown. I lean towards Cole Kmet. Bud Fumble Sports answering all of your fantasy football questions. We go right up until 1 p.m. kickoff. Appreciate all of you joining us at Bud Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and at Sports Fumble on Twitter. If I've answered your question, please give us a like, and of course, give us a follow. Pierce or Dalvin Cook. I lean slightly towards Dalvin Cook only because I feel like Pierce is starting to hit that rookie wall. Start Knight or Swift. You have Williams. I'd still start Swift in my second wide receiver spot. Chris Godwin or Jamal Williams, Jamal Williams. Fournette or Gibson. Don't know what the health status is of Gibson. If Gibson is playing, I'd go with Gibson. Juju or Pickens, I'm going Pickens. Fields or Tua, I'm actually going to go with Justin Fields. Williams, Pacheco, or Swift. Okay, it's Kyrene Williams, then I'm going with Swift. Cortland Sutton with Jerry Jeudy back or Gus Edwards. I'm going Cortland Sutton. Swift, Brian Robinson or Rachaad White, Swift. If I've answered your question, please give us a like and, of course, follow us at Bud Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Check us out. We're streaming live on, obviously, TikTok Live and on YouTube, answering your fantasy football questions. Knight or Etienne, Travis Etienne. Is Josh Jacobs going to play? I do expect him to play. He might be hampered by his calf injury, but I do expect him to play. Zeke or Pirine, I'm leaning slightly towards Pirine, but just slightly, just because the Chiefs' run defense is worse than the Colts. Terry McLaurin or Juju, I lean slightly towards Terry McLaurin. Mike Evans or Christian Watson, I'll lean towards Watson. Justin Fields or Tua, Justin Fields. Jamal Williams or Rachaad White, Jamal Williams. Sutton or Palmer, I'm leaning towards the Joshua Palmer. If I've answered your question, please give us a like. Appreciate all the support. Follow us at Bud Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. The Jets running back situation is a bit chaotic, but could be a nice play if you're in a DFS situation or if you need a spot starter off the bench. Expect Zonovan Knight to get some touches today. Deshaun Watson or Tom Brady, as much as I hate to say it, I'm going with Deshaun Watson. Sutton or Palmer, I'm going Palmer. Mike Evans or Christian Watson, Christian Watson. Watson or A.J. Brown, A.J. Brown. Swift, Patterson, or Rachaad White. I'll go with Swift. Appreciate all of you guys following us, answering your fantasy football questions as we go up until 1 p.m. kickoff. Tony Pollard or Travis Etienne? Etienne. Lenny, Ty Johnson. Lenny plays Monday, is questionable, and for that very reason, I would not start Leonard Fournette. Just too many question marks. Kamara, Williams, or Pierce. Which Williams is that? Let me know. I want to know if it's Jamal Williams. If it's Jamal Williams, I'd absolutely start Jamal Williams. Lockett or Watson, I'd go Lockett. Trevor Lawrence or Geno Smith, I think both are going to have really big days. I'll lean towards Trevor Lawrence, though, given the Lions give up a lot of points. And Geno Smith, I think they're going to run the ball a little bit more. So, Swift, Patterson, or Rachaad White? Swift. Watson or A.J. Brown? A.J. Brown. Ayuk or Palmer? Palmer. If I've answered your question, please give us a like and, of course, follow us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube as we stream live up until 1 p.m. answering your fantasy football questions on TikTok and on YouTube. Ty Johnson or Warren? Don't like either one. Joshua Palmer or Slayton? Josh Palmer. Cortland Sutton or Gus Edwards? I'll lean slightly towards Sutton. Do I think Jamal Williams and Henry both get scoring today? Yes, I do. Ayuk versus Miami or Jones versus the Lions? I'm going Zay Jones. I have both of them in player prop bets, though. Again, follow us at Sports Fumble on Twitter, at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. You can get all of my picks, including my player prop bets. I'm going to answer just on those two. I like Zay Jones over 4.5 receptions. I'm getting that one at minus 120, and I'm getting Brandon Ayuk at over 4.5 receptions at minus 110. I like both of those player props today. Justin Herbert's or Fields? I like Herbert. Jamal Williams, and he will get scoring today. Johnson or Thompson? Don't like either one but Johnson. Fumble Sports, answering your fantasy football questions. If I've answered your question, give us a like. Debo or Montgomery? David Montgomery is also a player I really like today. I like his over 67.5 rushing yards. I'm getting that at plus money, plus 110. Packers defense looks really bad against the run. I like David Montgomery. Zeke, Pollard, or Palmer? I'd either go Pollard or Palmer. I'm leaning towards Palmer right now. I think Justin Herbert and the Chargers are going to throw a lot today against the Raiders defense. So I lean towards Palmer, Joshua Palmer, just slightly. Patterson, Fournette, or Zay Jones? Zay Jones. Matt Collins or Devontae Smith? You got to go Devontae Smith. Cordero Patterson or Swift? Swift. Patterson, Fournette, or Zay Jones? Zay Jones. Sutton or Edwards? I'm going Sutton. Cortland Sutton over Edwards. Edwards or Jeff Wilson Jr.? I'm going to go Jeff Wilson Jr. Burks or Zay Jones? Zay Jones. Christian Kirk or George Pickens? That's a tough one for me. I could see both players going off. I'll lean just slightly towards Christian Kirk, but just slightly. I like both players, though. If I've answered your question, please give us a like and, of course, follow us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Fields or Herbert? It's Justin Herbert for me. Patterson or Latavius Murray? I'd go Patterson. P. Ryan or Jamal Williams? I'll go Jamal Williams. Patterson or Fournette? It's Patterson. Patterson or Murray? It's Patterson. P. Ryan or Jamal Williams? It's Williams. Edwards, Jeff Wilson Jr. or DeAndre Swift? Pick two. I'll go Jeff Wilson Jr. and DeAndre Swift. Trevor Lawrence or Tua this week? I'll go Trevor Lawrence. P. Ryan or Williams? I'll go Williams. Sutton or Edwards? I'm going Sutton. Burrow or Fields? Got to go Joe Burrow. Jeff Wilson or Sutton at the flex? I'll go Sutton. Not crazy about it, but I'll lean just slightly towards Sutton. Brian Robinson Jr. or White or Edwards? I'll go Brian Robinson Jr. If I've answered your question, give us a like and, of course, follow us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, answering all your fantasy and gambling questions for NFL Week 13. Jerry Jeudy or George Pickens? I like George Pickens. He's also a player prop bet that I like today. Over 45.5 receiving yards. I'm getting that at minus 125. Matt Collins or Devontae Smith? Devontae Smith. Debo or Keenan Allen? Got to go Keenan Allen. P. Ryan or Jamal Williams? Jamal Williams. If I've answered your question, give us a like. Appreciate all the support. Jeff Wilson Jr., Najee Harris, or Jamal Williams. I need one. Jamal Williams, no brainer. Traylon Burke or DeAndre Carter. DeAndre Carter. Garrett Wilson or Christian Watson. Got to go Garrett Wilson. Conklin or Hurst, that's a tough one for me. Could see both of them having good days. I'll lean towards Hayden Hurst. I think he might find the end zone. Rashad White, Pittman, Pirine, or Olave at the flex. Man, tough one. I lean just slightly towards Pirine. I think they will run the ball enough in that game. Chiefs have a bad run defense, so especially no Frank Clark. That's actually a big one. Frank Clark is supposed to be out with an illness today. That affects the defensive line of the Chiefs, so that makes me like Pirine that much more. Dak Prescott or Deshaun Watson, as much as I hate to say it, I'll lean towards Deshaun Watson. Cortland Sutton or Miles Sanders. The big injury news in that one will come down to Jeffrey Simmons. If Simmons is playing, I think that clogs up the run game for the Eagles just a little bit. I'll lean towards Cortland Sutton. Traylon Burks or DeAndre Carter. I'll lean towards Carter. White, Pittman, Pirine, or Olave. I answered that a moment ago. Pirine. Sutton or Najee Harris. I'll go Cortland Sutton. Garrett Wilson or Christian Watson. I'll go Garrett Wilson. If I've answered your question, please give us a like. And, of course, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Fumble Sports. We're here to answer all of your fantasy football questions going right up until 1 p.m. kickoff, just under 40 minutes left. If I answer your question, please give us a like. Dak or Fields, I lean just slightly towards Fields, I think. Expect him to have a big day running the ball against the Packers. Peoples, Jones, or Carter, that's a tough one for me. I'll lean slightly towards Peoples, Jones. A.J. Brown or Kenneth Walker or Godwin. A.J. Brown. Lazard or Smith. I'm definitely going Smith. Pirine, Godwin, or Josh Palmer. I'll go Josh Palmer. Henry or Pirine. Got to go Henry. No brainer. Henry. Lazard or Smith. Smith. Fournette, Rashad White. I don't know who that third one is, or Swift. Pick two. I don't know who that third guy is. So put that back in the chat for the pick two, Wally. I'm certainly starting DeAndre Swift. Pirine, Godwin, or Palmer. You got to go Palmer. T. Higgins or Keenan Allen. I'm going to lean just slightly towards Keenan Allen, though I think T. Higgins will have a big day. Fumble Sports answering your fantasy football questions. If you have a question, please put it in the comments section. Here to answer your questions for the next 40 minutes. And we are also going to answer some breaking news as the number 4 team in the college football playoff is getting named. Georgia is number 1. Michigan is number 2. TCU is number 3. And we are waiting on number 4. So for all you college football fans, we will have that for you in just a second. As for NFL fans, we will continue answering your fantasy football questions. Once I answer your question, please give us a like. And, of course, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Fumble Sports. Collins, Gibson, or Boyd. I'll lean towards Boyd. Watson or Lamar Jackson, I'm going Deshaun Watson. Pierce or Canine, I don't know who Canine is, so just fill that out and I'll answer it for you. Pollard or Pickens, I think both could have a big day. I'll lean just slightly towards Pollard just because you're getting running and receiving yards. Olave or Pickens, I'll go Pickens. Ayuk, Palmer, Pierce, or Zeke, pick 2. I'll go with Palmer and I'll go with Ayuk. The number 4 team in the college football playoff is the Ohio State Buckeyes. So it will be the Georgia Bulldogs going up against Ohio State, and then Michigan going up against TCU. Some breaking news for you on our TikTok Live and on YouTube. Georgia, Ohio State is the 1-4. Michigan, TCU is the 2-3. That's your college football playoff matchup. But we don't care about college right now. We care about the NFL. It's NFL Week 13, answering all of your fantasy football questions, all of your gambling questions. We're coming down to the end of the fantasy football season. Got to get you guys into the playoffs. Put your comments and questions in the comments section. Once I answer it, give us a like. Pollard or Aaron Jones, I'll lean Aaron Jones just slightly. Watson or Mike Evans, I'm going to lean towards Watson. Oh, Kenneth Walker III, I really like Kenneth Walker III today. Think he has a bounce-back day. No Aaron Donald for the Rams. Pirine or Wilson Jr., I'm going Pirine. Najee Harris, Pirine or Garrett Wilson at the flex, got to go Garrett Wilson. Jeff Wilson or Williams, I'm going Wilson. Fournette, White, Campbell, or Swift. Got to go Swift, and I'd go Rachaad White as the other one. Congratulations on your Michigan Wolverines, Blease. Pickens or Christian Watson. I'll lean just slightly towards Pickens, actually. Gus Edwards or Williams. I'm going Gus Edwards. Najee Harris, P. Ryan, or Garrett Wilson. Wilson. Conklin or Kmet. That's really a toss-up for me. I think both could have similar days. I'll lean just slightly towards Cole Kmet. Sutton or Donovan Peoples-Jones. I'll go Donovan Peoples-Jones. Butt Fumble Sports, answering all of your fantasy football questions. Once I've answered your question, please give us a like and, of course, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. P. Ryan, Pollard, or Kamara. I lean just slightly, I think, towards Pollard because he'll be in the run and pass game, but I like P. Ryan as well with no Frank Clark in there for the Kansas City Chiefs. Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, or Justin Fields. Got to go Deshaun Watson. As much as he's a bad guy off the field, he's going to put up a big day on the field. Cordero Patterson or Pittman, I'll go Patterson. Herbert or Burrow, man, I think both are going to have really big days. I'll lean towards Burrow just slightly. I think both are going to have monster days, though. Don't think you can go wrong. Montgomery, Lockett, Pittman, or Sutton. Pick two. Montgomery and Lockett. McLaurin or Debo. Got to go Terry McLaurin. In part, that's because the windows they play in. McLaurin, the 1 p.m. window. Feel like you don't want to run the risk of Debo potentially being out with injury, so I'd start Terry McLaurin. Rachaad White or Pierce. Tough one. I lean slightly towards Pierce. Conklin or Kmet. Answered that a moment ago. Kmet. Butt Fumble Sports, answering your fantasy and gambling questions. Put them in the comments section. After I answer it, just please give us a like and, of course, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Appreciate all the support. Butt Fumble Sports, a new sports content company, as we put out content every day, gambling, fantasy, and rants. So go check us out at Sports Fumble on Twitter, at Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Latavius Murray or Williams Murray. Pierce or White, I'm going Pierce. P. Ryan or Etienne. I'd lean towards Etienne just because I think he's going to be involved in the passing game. Got to believe he's healthy if they're putting him on the field. Najee Harris or Mike Evans. I just don't trust Najee Harris. Sorry, Mike Evans. Amon-Ra St. Brown or Watson. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Najee or Mike Evans. As I mentioned, I can't trust Najee. Mike Evans. Sutton or Slayton. I go Sutton. Your connection cut out. Could I please repeat? P. Ryan or Pollard or Kamara. Yeah, I'm leaning slightly towards P. Ryan just because the Kansas City Chiefs defense is worse than the Colts defense against the run. Pollard, though, I could see him getting involved in the passing game, so I lean slightly towards P. Ryan, but I'm kind of a toss-up between those two. I don't like Kamara, especially against the Bucs defense. The Browns or Eagles defense, you got to go the Browns. I think the Eagles will have a tough time on their hands trying to stop Derrick Henry, where the Browns, all they have to stop is Dameon Pierce, a rookie running back who's kind of hit the wall. Patterson or Pittman? Patterson. Herbert or Burrow, I said a moment ago, I think that's a tough lean, but I'll go towards Burrow. Butt Fumble Sports, answering all your fantasy football questions. After I answer your question, please give us a like, and of course, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Butt Fumble Sports. Nico Collins or Jamison Williams. Jamison Williams, I'm only going to say that for the sentimental reasons. I don't like Nico Collins at all. And Jamison Williams making his NFL debut for the Lions, coming off of injury. Really want to see him explode today. Would love to see a big play from him. So I'll lean towards him, though I don't really like either one. Brian Robinson or Kyrene Williams, I'll go Robinson. Pick three. Swift, A.J. Brown, Keenan Allen, or Scary Terry. Wow, I like all four of them, really. But I'll definitely put in A.J. Brown. I'll definitely put in Keenan Allen. And I lean just slightly towards DeAndre Swift. Wilson Jr. or Lockett. Got to go with Lockett. Patterson or Montgomery. It's Montgomery for me. I also like Montgomery in a player prop over 67.5 total rushing yards. I'm getting that at plus 110. Go check out our content at Sports Fumble on Twitter. You can get all of our player prop bets. We put them out every morning. And, of course, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Butt Fumble Sports. Kamara, Zeke, or Swift. Judy, London, or DeAndre Carter. I actually like DeAndre Carter. Judy might be, but I'm just too concerned about the injury. Wilson or Lockett. I'll lean. Is that Garrett Wilson? If it's Garrett Wilson, I'll lean towards Garrett Wilson. Kamara or Palmer, I'll go Palmer. McLaurin or Ayuk. That's really a toss-up for me. Ayuk, one of my player prop bets for this one is Ayuk over 4.5 receptions. Maybe I lean just slightly towards him, though McLaurin and Taylor Heineke have had great chemistry this year. Would I start Deshaun Watson? Unfortunately, yes. Clearly, he's shown in his press conferences this week, he is unfazed by matters off the field. This guy is so aloof, he just doesn't care. On the field, I think he's going to want to show out against his former team, against his former fans in his old home stadium. So I see Deshaun Watson having a good day. Higbee or Hunter Bryant? I actually like Hunter Bryant. David Montgomery or Dameon Pierce? I'm going David Montgomery. I think he's going to have a good day against the Packers' run defense. Patterson or Montgomery? Montgomery. Walker or Knight? Walker. Is Jamar Chase going to be 100%? No, but Jamar Chase is going to be on the field, and when Jamar Chase is on the same field as Joe Burrow, good things happen. But Fumble Sports answering all of your fantasy football questions. After I answer your question, please give us a like, and of course follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at But Fumble Sports. Aaron Rodgers or Derek Carr? I'll go Derek Carr. Harris or Wilson Jr.? I'll go Wilson Jr. Deebo Samuel or Pierce? Deebo Samuel might be hurt. That's my only concern, and that's a question of windows. Dameon Pierce in that 1 p.m. window, you can lock him in. You might be running a risk. I'd lean towards Deebo, but his health status has me a little concerned. That's the only reason I would probably advise you to play Pierce. The Browns' defense isn't great against the run, but my concern is Deebo might be out, and then you're kind of sitting in the bad spot of, you're scrambling to fill his spot once you find out he's out. Pick 2, Kamara, Deebo, or White. You're in a better situation since all those guys are playing in the 4 p.m. window or later, so you can wait. If Deebo is healthy, then you have to play him, and then maybe I'd lean towards Kamara. But obviously, if Deebo's not healthy enough to go, you've got your answer right there. Tua or Fields? I'm actually going Justin Fields. Kenneth Walker or Zonovan Knight? Kenneth Walker. Adam Thielen or Josh Palmer? I'll go Palmer. Seahawks defense or Eagles defense? Seahawks defense. One of our waiver wire watch videos this week featured the Seattle Seahawks defense. They're going up against a backup quarterback in the Los Angeles Rams. They could have a big bounce back week after a terrible performance against the Raiders. P. Ryan or Godwin in the flex? P. Ryan. Rodgers or Carr? Carr. Seahawks defense is a play worth making. But Fumble Sports answering all of your fantasy football questions. Just under a half hour to go. Once I answer your question, please give us a like. And, of course, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at But Fumble Sports, and on Twitter at SportsFumble. Appreciate all of your support. Start 2, Sutton, McLaurin, or Jamison Williams. I don't know what I'm getting out of Jamison Williams, so I'm going to sit him this week. Cortland Sutton and Terry McLaurin are the plays for me. Monty or P. Ryan? I'm going to go Montgomery. He's going up against a really bad Packers run defense. P. Ryan, I think he's going to have a good day, but I think the Bengals will be attacking in the air most of the day. Pittman or Juju? Go Juju. Etienne or Walker III? I got to go Etienne. If Doug Peterson says he's healthy enough to play, I got to believe he's going to be involved in the passing and run game. Kenneth Walker III has kind of hit a rookie wall. Patterson or Amari Cooper? Amari Cooper. He's also one of our player prop bets of the day. Over 4.5 receptions, minus 130 is what that's going off at. If you want more player props, go check us out on Twitter at SportsFumble. But Fumble Sports answering all of your fantasy football questions. Tua or Jimmy G? I lean just slightly towards Tua. Tua or Jimmy G? Like I said, I lean just slightly towards Tua. Geno or Deshaun Watson? I'm leaning slightly towards Deshaun Watson. Lockett, Chris Godwin, or Terry McLaurin? Pick 2. Lockett and McLaurin for me. P. Ryan or Dalvin Cook? P. Ryan. Is Jamar Chase playing? Yes, he is. Kyrie Williams or Bam Knight? I'm going to go with Bam Knight. Amari Cooper or Patterson? Amari Cooper. Lamar Jackson or Deshaun Watson? Deshaun Watson. Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence? Trevor Lawrence. Amari or Patterson? Amari Cooper. Geno or Deshaun Watson? Deshaun Watson. Appreciate all of you guys putting in your comments as we answer your questions for another 25 minutes. Please follow us at But Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube as we stream live on TikTok and on YouTube. Pickens, Pierce, or Rashad White. George Pickens is my pick. Pollard, Olave, Knight, or Burks. I'd go Tony Pollard. ETN or Cook. I'm going ETN. Eagles or Browns defense. Got to go the Browns defense. Miles Sanders or P. Ryan. I'd go P. Ryan. Dalvin Cook, ETN or T. Higgins at the flex. ETN probably number one, Higgins number two. I think Higgins is going to put up a really big day, but ETN, you're just hoping you're getting the receiving and rushing yards. Lazard, Collins, Thielen, pick two. Not crazy about this, but I'll go Lazard, Thielen. Butt Fumble Sports answering all of your fantasy football questions. Please like us after we answer your question, and of course follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Butt Fumble Sports. But we appreciate all the likes, tips, subscribers, all of that. We appreciate all the support. Lamar Jackson, Tua, or Fields. Got to go Justin Fields. Lamar Jackson, Tua, Fields, or Trevor Lawrence. I got to go Trevor Lawrence. Juju or Olave. I'll go Juju as long as he's healthy. Monty or Rashad White. Montgomery. Burks or Peoples-Jones. I'm going Peoples-Jones. Please give us a like after we answer your question. Olave or Ayuk. I'm going Ayuk. Tua or Jimmy G. I'm going Tua. Burks or Peoples-Jones. It's Peoples-Jones for me. Zonovan Knight or Devontae Smith. Not even a question, Devontae Smith. Please give us a like after we answer your fantasy football questions or gambling questions. Butt Fumble Sports here to answer all of your questions right up until 1 p.m. kickoff. Daniel Jones or Geno Smith. I'm going Geno. Miles Sanders or Najee Harris. I'm going Sanders. Van Jefferson or Jeff Wilson. I'm fading every wide receiver on the Rams the rest of the year, so go with Jeff Wilson Jr. Rodgers or Mahomes. No brainer. It's Mahomes for me. Juju or Olave. Juju. Who is my favorite team? Well, I grew up in New England, so there was a time, but now I've worked in sports media for the last 15 years. So really, I just love football. I love talking football. I like everything about football. So I love talking sports. So I don't really have a team at this point. There was a time, but at this point, I can enjoy every football game I watch. Kamara or ETN, ETN. Tua or Jimmy G, Tua. Please give us a like after we answer your fantasy football and gambling questions. Juju or Olave, I'm going Juju. Dak or Trevor Lawrence, Trevor Lawrence. Fields or Mike White, tough one for me. I might lean actually towards Mike White in this one just because Fields slightly banged up. You could get a lot of rush yards out of Fields, but I lean slightly towards Mike White. Is ETN worth starting with the foot injury? Doug Peterson said he was going to play midweek. He is playing. I've got to believe in him. Travis Etienne is worth playing. Swift or Wilson Jr., it's Swift for me. Please give us a like after we answer your fantasy and gambling questions. And, of course, follow us at Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Dak or Trevor, Trevor. Tua or Carr, I'd go Derek Carr. Daniel Jones or Deshaun Watson, got to go Deshaun Watson. Thoughts on Treylon Burks? I think he'll be involved in some play-action passing today, but the secondary of the Eagles is really strong. It's the Titans' run game that'll be the focus of their offense. Mike Evans, Kyrene Williams, or Deontay Johnson. I'm going Deontay Johnson against the terrible Falcons defense. Kareem Hunt or Gus Edwards. Kareem Hunt against the worst run defense in the NFL in the Houston Texans. Tua or Derek Carr, Derek Carr. Najee Harris, P. Ryan, or Swift. I'm going P. Ryan and Swift. Swift or Palmer, leaning slightly towards Palmer in this one. Pacheco or Watson, I'm going Watson. Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, I'm going Trevor Lawrence. Appreciate all you guys reaching out and supporting us. Please put your questions and comments in the comment section. And after I answer it, please give us a like. Follow us at Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And on Twitter at Sports Fumble. Some gambling picks really quick for you. My best bets of the day are Jack. And on Twitter, at SportsFumble, some gambling picks really quick for you. My best bets of the day are Jackson +6, -40 after you buy a 1.5. Our best record on the season is 17-8. So definitely go check out our content at SportsFumble on Twitter, at ButtFumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Tony Pollard and Jamal Williams, Jamal Williams. Damian Pierce or Swift? Swift. Please give us a like after we answer your question. Thoughts on DeAndre Carter? Like him as a flex wide receiver 3 for the Los Angeles Chargers with no Mike Williams. DeAndre Carter is a nice play today. Pollard or Jamal Williams? Got to go Jamal Williams. Pierce or Najee Harris? I'll lean towards Pierce just slightly. I really fade Najee Harris. Can't trust him. Tua or Jared Goff? Goff's going to have a big day. Got to go Jared Goff. Tua or Tom Brady? Oof, tough one. I lean slightly towards Tua. He's got injuries at both tackle positions, but so does Tom Brady without Tristan Wirfs, so I'll lean slightly towards Tua. Pierce or Swift? Swift. Pick 2, Gus, Bam, Latavius Murray. I'll go with Latavius Murray and Gus. Olave, Pickens, and White at flex. I'll go with Pickens. Please just give us a like and, of course, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Appreciate all the support at Fumble Sports. We're here for you. We believe the fans should never be number 2. And yes, that is a pun. Pollard or Jamal Williams? Jamal Williams. Cole Kmet or Hayden Hurst? I'm going to lean just slightly towards Hayden Hurst because I think he's going to find the end zone, but I think both players will have a good day. I lean towards Hurst. Please give us a like after we answer your question. Keenan Allen or Olave? Keenan Allen. Tony Pollard or Jamal Williams? Jamal Williams. Is ETN playing? Yes, he is. He's going to be playing. Palmer or Swift? I'm going to lean just slightly towards Palmer. Keenan Allen or Olave? Keenan Allen. Palmer or Swift? Palmer. Najee or White? I'll lean towards White. Pittman or Boyd? I'll lean towards Boyd. Fumble Sports answering all your fantasy football questions. 18 minutes to go in this TikTok live and on our YouTube stream. Please give us a follow and, of course, like us after we answer your questions. JT or Kamara? I really hate Kamara this year, so I'm going to lean towards JT. Christian Watson or Juju? I'll lean towards Watson. Walker or Christian Kirk? Christian Kirk. Leonard Fournette or Mike Evans? I'll go with Mike Evans. Please give us a follow at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And after I answer your question, please give us a like. Feel free to ask about gambling, player prop bets, fantasy, whatever you need. We want to help you out. Win your NFL Week 13. Zeke or Ayuk? I'm going to go Ayuk. Olave or Watson? I'll go Watson. Zay Jones, Pickens, or Allen Lazard? I lean slightly towards Zay Jones, though I have 2 player props involved in players you mentioned. I like Zay Jones over 4.5 receptions. I'm getting that at minus 120. And I'll go with George Pickens over 44.5 total receiving yards. I'm getting that at minus 125. Thank you so much for the gift. Flattered. Appreciate it. Fumble Sports is here to help you out. Give your tips, subscribe, follow, like. Appreciate all your support as we grow this new sports media network. Lazard or Knight? I like Lazard. P. Ryan or ETN? I'm going to go ETN. JT or Kamara? JT. Once we answer your question, please give us a like. Tom Brady or Jared Goff? Can't believe I'm saying it, but I got to go Jared Goff against that Jacksonville defense. Miles Sanders or Swift? Got to go Swift. The Eagles are a great run team, but they're going up against good run defense in the Titans. Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields? Got to go Trevor Lawrence. Jeff Wilson Jr. or Brian Robinson? I'm going to lean slightly towards Brian Robinson. Please give us a like after we answer your question. Of course, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Fumble Sports. Lamar Jackson or Aaron Rodgers? I'll go Rodgers. Knight or Pollard? It's Pollard. Sanders or Swift? It's Swift. Pickens or Palmer? Palmer. Lockett or Wilson? Wilson. Thank you for that, Corin, Elijah. Appreciate all of your support. Please give us a follow at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And, of course, give us a like after we answer your question, and follow us on Twitter as well at Sports Fumble. Some gambling picks for you really quick for us. The Fumble Sports picks today. Baltimore on the money line and the under in that game. I do think the Broncos will cover. Browns, Texans. I like the Texans potentially on a cover, but not really anymore. It's Cleveland on the money line and the under. Commanders and Giants. We like Commanders to cover. Jaguars and Lions. This is one of my best bets of the day. The over 49.5. Over 49.5 in Lions Jaguars is one of our best bets of the day. I also like the Lions to cover -1. Jets, Vikings, the Butt Fumble Sports pick for this one is Minnesota on the money line and the Jets to cover plus 4.5. Packers, Bears. I like Packers on the money line, but I like Bears to cover. Steelers, Falcons. I'm picking Steelers to cover. Steelers on the money line. Titans, Eagles. This is my second best bet of the day. Like the Titans to cover plus 6. Eagles on the money line. Answering more of your fantasy football questions, P. Ryan or Montgomery, Montgomery. After I answer your question, please give us a like. Drop Hunt, pick up Wilson Jr. I would, just this week it might be a struggle. The tackles for the Dolphins are both expected to be out or at least banged up. Kamara or Garrett Wilson, got to go Garrett Wilson. After I answer your question, please give us a like. And of course, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Butt Fumble Sports. Who do I bench? White, Robinson, or Pierce? Lean towards benching White. Zonovan or Kamara? I'll lean towards Kamara just slightly. Don't really like it, though. P. Ryan or Montgomery? I'm leaning towards Montgomery. You say I lost all credibility when I picked Trevor Lawrence, but he's had some really good stats of late. I believe he has 6 touchdowns in his last couple of games without an interception, and he's going to have a big day against the Lions defense. So keep that receipt, Applauser. I'm going to bet I'm right on this one. Trevor Lawrence, I bet, has a big day today. After I answer your question, please give us a like, and of course follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Gibson or Patterson? Gibson's been banged up this week. That's the only reason I'm going with Patterson. 15 minutes left before the 1 p.m. kickoff. Traylon Burks or Slayton? I'm going Burks. 49ers defense or Bucks defense? I've got to go Bucks defense. I think the 49ers are going to have a good day without those tackles healthy for the Dolphins, but the Dolphins put up so many points on offense, I lean just slightly towards the Bucks. Pittman or Pickens? I'm going Pickens. Watson or Tua, or Dak Watson or Tua? I'm going to go Deshaun Watson. Mike White or Geno? I lean slightly towards Mike White, actually, only because I think Geno will be handing the ball off a decent amount to Walker. Pollard or Swift? Leaning slightly towards Pollard, I think, slightly. Montgomery or Pollard? Montgomery. Butt Fumble Sports, answering all of your fantasy football questions. After I answer your question, please give us a like and, of course, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Butt Fumble Sports. Juju, Nico Collins, or Watson? I'm going to lean towards Watson. Keenan Allen or Godwin? Keenan Allen. Herbert or Watson or Carr? I think all three are going to have big days. I'm going to lean towards Justin Herbert. Pierce or P. Ryan? P. Ryan. Gallup or Sutton? I'll go Sutton. Please give us a like after we answer your question. Butt Fumble Sports, answering all of your questions. Please throw them in the comments section. Williams or Olave? Olave. Gallup or Sutton? I'll go Sutton. Tua or Geno? I'm going Geno. Ayuk or Lamb? I'm going to go with Ayuk. Please give us a follow at Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and at Sports Fumble on Twitter. If you want all of our picks, go check it out on Twitter. You can find all of our picks, and of course, we put them all out in pick videos on YouTube as well. Please give us a follow. Appreciate all of your support. After I answer your question, please give us a like. Nico Collins or Josh Palmer? Josh Palmer. Lamar Jackson or Justin Herbert? Herbert. Ayuk or Lamb? Ayuk. Lamar or Herbert? Herbert. Dak or Watson in a must-win? I'm going Watson for you. Lamar or Herbert? Herbert. Godwin or Olave? I lean slightly towards Olave. Hunt or Warren? I'm going Hunt. Tua or Geno? I'm going Geno. Please give us a like after I answer your question. Brian Robinson, P. Ryan, or Pacheco? Pick 2. I'll go Robinson and P. Ryan. Pick 2, Juju, Swift, or Palmer? I'm going to go Swift and Palmer. Appreciate all of you following. Appreciate all of your support. Please give us a like after I answer your question. And, of course, follow us at Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, answering all of your questions for NFL Week 13 right up until 1 p.m. kickoff. Pick 2, Fournette, P. Ryan, or Bam? I'm going P. Ryan and Bam. ETN or Pierce? I'm going ETN. Please give us a like after I answer your question. And, of course, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Butt Fumble Sports. Fields or Lamar Jackson? I'm going Justin Fields. Lamar or Watson? I'm going Watson. Dak or Brady? I'm going Dak. Juju or Pierce? I got to go Juju. Appreciate all of you guys following, liking, supporting us in every way possible. The tips, all of that. Appreciate you guys subscribing. Please continue to show your support. But Fumble Sports, we're a new sports content network. Please give us a follow at Sports Fumble on Twitter, at But Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Gambling, fantasy, and rant content for you every single day. Juju, Swift, or Palmer? I'm leaning towards Palmer. Pierce or Godwin? Leaning slightly towards Godwin. Kamara, Patterson, or Williams? If it's Jamal Williams, Jamal Williams. Hayden, Hurst, or Cole Kmet? I lean towards Hayden Hurst. Mike White or Derek Carr? I think both could put up a big game, but I think Mike White is the better play. Palmer or Thielen? No-brainer for me, it's Palmer. Mike White or Carr? As I said, I lean towards Mike White. Please give us a like after I answer your question, and of course, give us a follow at But Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. But Fumble Sports, we believe the fan should never be number 2. Yes, that's a pun. Mike Evans, Christian Watson, or P. Ryan? I'll lean towards Watson or P. Ryan. I'll go towards P. Ryan just slightly, I think. It's tough for me. That's a real toss-up. Evans, Watson, or P. Ryan? Oh, I get to pick 2. Oh, then it's Watson and P. Ryan. Thank you for making it easier. Please give us a like after I answer your question. And, of course, follow us at But Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, answering all of your questions. Only 9 minutes left. NFL Week 13, trying to get you that big fantasy win. Rodgers or Tom Brady? The thumb injury is the only thing that's concerning me about Rodgers. For that reason, I do slightly lean towards Tom Brady. Allen or Godwin? I'm going Allen. Slayton or Palmer? Palmer. You think Mixon will play? I do not. I think Mixon's going to miss today. Sutton or Hollins? I'm going to go with... I'll go Cortland Sutton slightly. I think Hollins could get a touchdown, though. It's my only concern. Fournette or Gibson? Both are kind of banged up. I lean towards Gibson. Palmer or Thielen? Palmer. After I answer your question, please give us a like as I answer fantasy questions for another 8 minutes. Debo or Ayuk? I got to go Ayuk. Debo's banged up. P. Ryan or Knight? I'm going P. Ryan. Williams, Dillon, or Murray? I'll go Dillon. Appreciate all the support. Please give us a like after I answer your comments and questions. And, of course, follow us at But Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Appreciate all you guys supporting us. Pacheco or White? I'll go Pacheco. Etienne or Watson? I'll go Etienne. P. Ryan or Knight? P. Ryan. Zeke or Damian? Zeke. Hollins or Van Jefferson or Donovan Peoples-Jones? I'll go Donovan Peoples-Jones. Please give us a follow at But Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and at Sports Fumble on Twitter. All of our bets are on our content platforms. So if you go to Twitter, you'll see all of my picks. You go to YouTube, you'll see all of my picks. We're trying to get you some winners. My best bets of the day when it comes to gambling: Jaguars, Lions over 49.5 after you buy a 1.5, and Titans to cover +6. Peoples-Jones or Traylon Burks? Peoples-Jones. Maher or Gano? I'll go Maher. Rashad or Fournette? Rashad. Wide receivers of these 4, pick 3: Christian Kirk, Debo Samuel, Watson, and Lockett. It's Christian Kirk, Watson, and Lockett for me. That's Kirk, Watson, and Lockett. Please give us a like after I answer your question. Zonovan or Jerry? Jerry. Pick 2: Zay Jones, Scary Terry, Jeff Wilson, Traylon Burks. The 2 I'm picking are Zay Jones and Scary Terry. I'm picking Zay Jones and Scary Terry. Zay Jones or Burks? Zay Jones. Please give us a like after we answer your question. P. Ryan or Mike Evans? P. Ryan. Peoples-Jones or Traylon Burks? Peoples-Jones. Appreciate all the support. Please give us a like after I answer your question. Debo or Miles? I'm worried Debo's not going to be healthy, so for that reason, 1 p.m. window versus 4 p.m., I lean slightly towards Miles Sanders. Zeke or Damian Pierce? I'm going to lean towards Zeke. Zay Jones or Burks? Zay Jones. But Fumble Sports, please give us a follow at But Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and at Sports Fumble on Twitter. And please give us a like after we answer your question. Dak or Watson? I'm going Watson. Dak or Geno? I'm going Geno. Akers or Burks? I'm going Burks. Swift or Walker? I'll go Swift. Kamara, Brian Robinson, Sanders, or White. Pick 2. I'll go Brian Robinson and Sanders, though I'm not crazy about it. Watson or Garrett Wilson? Garrett Wilson. Evan Ingram or Dulcich? Evan Ingram. Start Kyron Williams? I wouldn't. Don't like the Rams offense. Pierce or Swift? Swift. Christian Kirk or P. Ryan at the flex? I'd go Christian P. Ryan. Or Christian P. Ryan. That was a stupid one. I'd go Christian Kirk. P. Ryan or Mike Evans? I'd go P. Ryan. Pacheco or Najee Harris? Pacheco. Butt Fumble Sports answering your fantasy football questions. 5 minutes left. Please follow us at Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. At Sports Fumble on Twitter. You can get all of our takes, all of our picks, all of our content. Go check it out. And, of course, like it after we answer your question. Sutton or Zeke? I'll go Zeke. Kareem Hunt or Collins? Kareem Hunt. Zeke or Garrett Wilson? Wilson. P. Ryan or Garrett Wilson? Wilson. Fields or Brady? Fields. Sutton or Zeke? I'm going to go with Zeke. Garrett Wilson. Kamara or Rashad White? I'll lean towards Kamara slightly. Ingram or Dulcich? Ingram. Please give us a like after I answer your question, and of course follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Slayton and Pickens? Pickens. Fields or Lawrence? Trevor Lawrence. P. Ryan over White or Pollard? Maybe just slightly. Kirk, Devontae Smith, Godwin, pick 2. Christian Kirk and Devontae Smith. Please give us a like after I answer your question. And, of course, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Wilson or Kirk? Kirk. Olave or Wilson? I'm going Olave. Wilson or Kirk? Kirk. Kirk and Devontae Smith. Let's see what else we got here. Pickens over Slayton. Garrett Wilson over Murray. Devontae over Pierce. Montgomery over Pierce. Gerald Everett over Kmet. Zay Jones over Christian Watson. Yes, absolutely drop Cup unless you're in a dynasty league. Fields over Jimmy G. Lazard over Claypool. Who's winning Dolphins 49ers? The 49ers on the money line. Palmer or Evans Palmer? Christian Kirk or Pierce? I'm going Christian Kirk. Zay Jones over Christian Watson. Please give us a like after I answer your question. Start P. Ryan today? Yes. Over Pierce and Godwin? Yes, start P. Ryan. Sutton or Peoples-Jones? Toss up for me. I'm a slight lean towards Peoples-Jones. Watson or P. Ryan? I'm going P. Ryan. Butt Fumble Sports answering your questions, coming down to the wire here. Pacheco over Harris. Pickens over Pittman and Gibson. Pickens and Lockett, it's a real toss-up. I think I lean towards Pickett. I don't really know, though. In that one, I feel like both players are going to have good days against bad defenses. Can't go wrong with it. Wilson, Pierce, or Pacheco, I'll go Wilson. Please give us a like after I answer your question and give us a follow at Butt Fumble Sports. Only a few minutes left. Is Jamar Chase playing today? Yes, he is. Etienne or Kamara? Etienne. Brian Robinson or Gibson? Robinson. Juju or Pickens? Pickens. Evans or Godwin? I'll go Godwin. Wilson, Pierce, or Pacheco? I'll go Wilson. Sutton or Pittman? I'm going Sutton. Please give us a like after I answer your question. Juju or Pickens? I'm going Pickens. Please give us a follow at Butt Fumble Sports. Judy or Pickens? Pickens. Pickens, Palmer, or Debo? I'm going Palmer. Najee or Wilson? Wilson. Watson or CeeDee Lamb? Watson. Judy or Pickens? Pickens. Zeke or Burke? Zeke. Swift or Wilson? Swift. Sutton or Pittman? Sutton. Please give us a like after I answer your question, and of course, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. 60 seconds left. We're almost NFL Week 13 Sunday. Let's do it. Pierce or Najee? Pierce. P. Ryan or Pollard? P. Ryan. Pierce or Najee Harris? Pierce. Swift or Pacheco? Swift. P. Ryan over Pollard. Jamal Williams over Pickens. DK Metcalf over Godwin. Are you ready for NFL Week 13? We're almost here. Get excited, everybody. Please follow us on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube at Butt Fumble Sports. Fields over Dak. I'd go with Packers defense against Bears. Man, I don't like either one. I got Packers on the money line in that game. Bears on the cover. Zeke, White, Christian Watson, Williams. All right, Jamal Williams and Christian Watson are my two. Tua or Garoppolo, I'll go Tua. Fields or Mike White, I'm going Mike White, believe it or not. We are at 1 p.m. Appreciate all of you joining us. ETN over Sanders will be the last question I answer. Please give us a follow at Fumble Sports. We just answered an hour and a half of questions. We just did 3 live hours between Twitter Spaces and TikTok Live, all broadcasted on YouTube. Appreciate you so much for joining us. Continue to follow us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. We will be back on tomorrow night answering all of your questions for Monday Night Football, gambling questions. If you like our content, please follow us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and at Sports Fumble on Twitter. My best bets of the day: Jaguars, Lions over 49.5 points, Titans +6. Appreciate all of you joining us. Fumble Sports is a new sports content company. We put out rants after every game. We put out gambling and fantasy advice. We love talking sports. We love engaging with you. Continue to join us every NFL Sunday and before every big primetime game. We will be putting out content, gambling, fantasy, rants, all the advice that you need. So Fumble Sports is a new sports content company you should check out at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and at Sports Fumble on Twitter. Please enjoy your NFL Sunday. Thank you so much for joining us. Please give us a follow at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Until Monday Night Football rolls around, we wish you well. Good luck on your bets. Good luck in fantasy. Hope you get a lot of cash tickets. Good luck NFL Week 13.